Hey there folks, welcome back to the channel. We're out here today. We're doing a job that I didn't really want to have to do so soon, but we're gonna have to do it anyway. It's I'll show you in a minute, but I got some cool stuff I wanted to show you guys first. So first thing is, I know you guys are probably sick and tired of these wobbly shots and the crappy audio quality, and every time I fiddle around and touch the side of this phone you can hear it so loud. And yes, I do record on a Pixel 3 XL. And it works great for the most part, but I joined this Android beta program for Android 11, and it finally put out an update to the software that runs this cool little addition to the recording family here. So I'm going to show you guys some new equipment that I picked up. I actually got this a couple of months ago. Let me grab it real fast. Alright, so here she is. I got this, like I said, a couple of months ago, but I've been rolling with that beta program. Just I like to see all the cool new stuff Android has, like screen recording and yada yada. You know, you guys know if you're iPhone guys, you've probably been on the iPhone betas before. But this is it. I got the DJI Osmo 3, and this is a cell phone gimbal, and it's pretty freaking cool. I'm sure you guys have seen these off on the internet before, and other YouTubers have probably used them, and I figured I'd grab one because I don't want to use a GoPro, and I think this is going to help us a lot. It has a auto tracking feature where I can, look at my hands with the little box. I can draw a little box on the screen to look at my hands, and it'll follow my hands all over the place automatically, which is kind of awesome. So I don't need anybody over my shoulder or any assistance recording anything, and I do all this by myself anyway, so hopefully this improves the quality. And I also have a mic that I'm going to put on, but that's old news. So here we go. Let's plug into this and get started with today's job. Okay guys, so here we are. The other bag here has a little charging cable in it, and it also has this awesome little tripod. The bottom of the gimbal's handle also has a little threaded shaft so you can attach it to a tripod or whatever. But this is the little part that goes on the bottom here. Let me open it up and show you what it is. It's just a little bottom piece, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm going to start recording with this thing today. I'm going to install this real fast just to make life a little easier. Give me one quick second to screw it in. Almost there. Okay, we are on. So, nice and smooth. No more audio noises from me touching things. So here we are. I'm going to get this stuff out of the way. We're going to get right into today's project. Alright, so for the last couple of months, I've been hearing a really annoying squeak coming from my passenger side front wheel. We've already got this jack sitting out here. We've got all of our tools down here on the ground. Wow, this is just so nice to be able to move this thing around. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to get this wheel off, and we're going to replace our crappy, cheap AutoZone brake pads. Let's see here. I picked these up. Yes, my trunk is a mess. These are, well, the old brake pads that I've got are going to go back to AutoZone. They're getting returned. I'm not dealing with it. These are the new Duralast Golds. They have ceramic in them, so it says they're quieter, low dust, whatever. We're going to swap these out, well, these in. We're also going to be putting a lot of the never sees and brake quiet on the back of those things, because it's great when I'm coming off the highway. It's nice and quiet, but then once I slow down going, city driving 30 miles an hour, they squeal so bad, and I can't deal with it any longer. And there's one other thing we're going to mess around with today, and I'll show you those right now. We're also going to be taking out our old factory style bulbs and replacing them with these high beam and low beam. These are Silver Stars. The high beams, I believe, are the 9005s over here, and 9006 is your low beam. So these are supposed to be a heck of a lot brighter than the stock ones. And here's a piece of information that I learned today. The stock bulbs are rated for 1 year or 200 hours of use, and as you go up in price, they drop down significantly. The candle will burn brighter, but it will burn out faster. So these are the third upgrade option next to top tier bulbs that you can buy, which only last 80 hours. These are the first stage of the bright whites, and these are supposed to be good for 160 to 180 hours. And I'm going to try them out, and I'll obviously keep you guys updated and see how these work. But I did polish off all these headlights. They're nice and clean and crispy. You can see the shine on them again. So we resurfaced those a while ago. I just noticed that these bulbs are not the brightest. So today what we're going to do is take off these brakes. I'm just bringing you guys along mainly because I wanted to try out this new equipment, and maybe this will help somebody out in YouTubeville, so we'll see how it goes. But first things first, I'm going to set these bulbs off to the side. We're going to get this thing up in the air, get the wheel off the front here, and we're going to work from the passenger side over to the driver's side, get the brake pads swapped out. I'm going to inspect the relatively new pads that are on it already before returning them and see if we can figure out why they're making so much noise. I've also got new rotors and new calipers on the front, and I don't know, they've got less than 5,000 miles on them, so I find it hilarious that they already need to be replaced. But you win some, you lose some. I still use a lot of AutoZone stuff, and I really can't complain too much. So without further ado, I'm going to get down here and get this wheel ripped off. Alright, so here we are. We've got the wheel pulled off. These are not the prettiest looking rotors anymore. It looks like a lot of the primer from the inside of the wheel hub stuck to them. It did rain a little bit last night. We got some flash rust. It's New York State. Brand new calipers are looking surface rusty, but they're still alive. And somebody asked me the other day how these Amazon coilovers were doing after a year of use, and I do gotta say, for being the cheapest ones on the Amazon there, these things are holding up really well. The only problem I've noticed is if you look right there, the collar where the adjustment is has some pretty significant surface rust on it, and I think that's from the adjustment knobs being moved up and down on the shaft and chipping whatever protective coating was on there. Let me zoom back out here. Oh, I love this little gimbal thing. But anyway, we're gonna take this brake caliper. Well, we're going to undo it, get these pads out of there. This is the one that's been making the most noise. And all I can see so far is that there is a little bit of a line, like a contact line right here. If you look closely, you can see it looks almost like it's dragging, I'd want to say. I'm not 100% sure, but we're gonna get all this cleaned up. We're going to get this thing pulled off, and we're going to move on to getting these things swapped out real quick. Alright, so I've got these pads pulled. This is the inside pad, and this one looks fine, but I did notice the outside pad is clean on one side and not on the other. One side's rusted, if you guys can see that. Get that in the light for you. Looks to me like this pad was slightly uneven. If you look down on it, you can kind of see that there's a little bit of a raised edge on that one. The center makes contact where the valley is, but the outer edge is the only edge that's making compression. You can actually see the mark right here. It looks like half the pad was getting pinched and the other half wasn't. And I did look, all the never sees is on here. The new caliper, I'm gonna get you up here. That new caliper, it's been making pressure evenly on the inside, just not translating to the outside. So I'm going to clean this all off with a wire wheel real fast, and we're going to put the new pads on. We're going to make sure that these pistons are moving correctly, which I believe they are, just because the inside pad's nice and evenly worn, just the outside one's not. And we're going to try out our new ceramic pads. We're going to see what happens here. I'm going to guess that these cheap pads just did not work correctly, and maybe there's a bend or something in this base plate. Might have just a little bit of a tweak going on. I'm going to try laying this on a flat surface and just see what it looks like, and do a quick measurement on the width of the left side versus the right side of the pad here, from the rusty side to the not rusty side, and just see if I can figure anything out from that. But first, we're going to get this all cleaned off, and we're going to start putting our new ones on so we can fly through this job and get onto the headlights. Alright guys, so forgive the background noise. Here's where we landed. I got some anti-seize put on these little points where the pads sit. I put some on the backing plate where it gets squoze on. A little bit of liberal application there. Cleaned off all the surface rust that was in here, and I'm going to do a little fluid film, WD-40, around the center here, just on the center point where the axle nut is, just to keep that nut from turning to dust, because I know that's something that these rims like to promote up here in New York. So that's one side down. I'm going to save you guys the trouble of showing you the other side. It's basically rinse and repeat, but I think that we're all right. There's no major grooves in any of the rotor surface. Everything feels nice. We got the new pads in, so let's see how these things work. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, and I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes, and we're going to get these headlight bulbs swapped out. Alright, now that we've got our brand new brake pads installed, it's time to start messing around with changing out these headlights. So first things first, we're going to get these low beams swapped out, and then we're going to do the high beams afterwards. Low beams are on the outside, high beams are the inside ones here. So easiest way to get to these is straight here through these access covers. There's little gray covers right here. That's your low beam, that's your high beam. They're kind of tight in here with the coolant bottle in the way, but I don't know, we should be able to unscrew these no problem. Let me recenter you guys here. Oh yeah, I love this little toy. So I'm going to try to stick you guys right about, we'll say there. And I'm going to go ahead and try to pop these out, get the old ones out of there, put the new ones in, and then we're going to swap the high beam bulbs, which are adjacent, those ones right there under that cover, low beam, high beam. We're going to go ahead and do this, and once that's done, we're going to get this thing off the jack, test them out, and see how everything looks. Take it for a quick test drive to make sure these brakes don't squeal anymore. And I'm also going to show you guys the difference in that brake pad that I pulled off of the passenger side there, the weird one. So let's get after it. So we've got our high beams and low beams swapped. They're actually the easiest headlights I've swapped in forever. It turns out that you take the cap off, you pop a clip, and all you have to do is get the little nub, which is on, there's a little nub on the back side of the plug there. You just pinch it, pop the lens out, or pop the bulb out. Then you just install the new bulb, snap it into place with the securing clip, the little retaining clip, and then you screw the cover back on. So I have a set of spare high beams and low beams that work now. Can't really tell the difference between the old ones and the new ones because it's the middle of the day, but I will let you guys know what I think of them. I mean, they're highly rated, and a lot of people have said to use the Silver Star, so here's where we are. Part number 9005, now 9006. Okay, so that job's out of the way. Brakes are swapped. Now it's time to put all this crap away, get this baby fired up, and go take it for a drive and make sure that everything is quiet and does not squeal anymore. That was the main objective today, and I apologize for the guy out back with the chainsaw. You can probably hear it in the distance. It's crazy annoying, but it is what it is. Guy's chopping down some trees, got to do what he's got to do. So I'm gonna get this taken care of, put all away, closed up, and I got to reinstall my coolant overflow jug, which was the only thing I had to take out to get to the access to the high beam cover. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a second inside of the car. Let's go for a little ride. All right, we're out here in the car. We just got it fired up. Gonna take it for a quick putz around town, I guess, and we're gonna see if this thing makes any weird squeak noises anymore. Get buckled up here. Ugh. So far, the pedal got nice and solid after I pumped it a few times. Let's roll these windows down and see if we can hear anything. Nobody's behind us. All right. There's a lady walking out here. Okay. hear anything so far. Let's try to get up here to this stoplight, well, stop sign. See if these bad boys squeal at all. Oh my god, the squeal is gone. Alright, well I'm gonna have to put you guys down because I can't record and drive and shift and all that fun. But I think we fixed the problem. So next is wait till it gets a little bit darker out and I'm gonna test these headlights out. Okay boys, we're inside my little DSM tool room, stash room. Tons and tons of hardware here. Lots of clips and brackets and fasteners. And it does share overflow space with my winter clothes and the wife's coats and shoes and all sorts of goodies. But there's exhaust parts for days. I've got a bunch of tools sitting over here. If we go over around the corner here, I wanted to show you the brake pad. I wanted to measure it and show you my little collection here of just additional DSM parts that I have stored and all the crap that I've accrued over the years. So here's the brake pad we got, the weird one, and I just want to make sure with a caliper if there's a thickness difference or anything. So we're gonna fire this thing up real quick and we're gonna zero it, and she is set to millimeters. All right, so if I go down here, I close this on. All right, this side is 167. Let's see if 167 fits on here. Okay, there is a difference already. One's 153, one's 167. Well, 15.3, 16.7. All right, so it looks to me as if this pad right here was thicker made than this pad. That's my initial observation there. What I'm going to try now, let's see if we can get a straight edge. There's a straight edge right here. Sorry guys for the noise. Okay, so we're going to take this brake pad. We're going to set a straight edge across it. Take a look straight on at it and just see. I don't know. It looks pretty flat now, and I'm sure that's probably from being driven around and ground down, but still, I guess one side was manufactured higher than the other. I don't understand that. I've never seen that happen before. Maybe it's a common occurrence. You guys leave a comment down below and let me know if you've seen something like that before. I mean, there's probably a million of these things made every single month, so it's just an odd thing for one side to be barely touched and new and the other side to be so rusty. I don't know, maybe I'm getting a little too in depth with it. But anyway, that's it guys. We've got the new brake pads on. Squeak is gone. Headlights look great. Test those things out on my next trip out at night. But yeah, if you guys stuck through to the end, thanks a lot for watching. Definitely appreciate it. And we've got some great news. The ECM Link folks have data cables in, so my package is going to be shipped and on the way within the coming weeks. Probably in the next 2 weeks, 14 days or less. So thanks again guys. Y'all take care, and we will see you next time right here at Today's Project Guide. Thanks for watching.